Shalom, giving all praise to my Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Mukah Kadash. The bonds of the apostles and leaders everywhere. And peace, many salutations to y'all count as told in this truth. Uh, Things are really heating up with the whole Israel versus Hamas situation, and key players are starting to become involved in this war. People like, or countries, I should say, like the U.S. and Iran. Now, this is according to AP News. It says U.S. launches airstrikes on site in Syria in response to attacks by Iranian-backed militias. It says the U.S. carried out an airstrike on a weapons warehouse in eastern Syria used by Iranian-backed militias in retaliation for what has been a growing number of attacks on bases housing U.S. troops in the regions for the past several weeks, the Pentagon said. In Wednesday's strike, two U.S. F-50 fighter jets dropped multiple bombs on a weapons storage facility near May Saloon in Deir el-Zor that was known to be used by Iran's uh, Revolutionary Guard, U.S. official says. In Iran's Revolutionary Guard, I believe this is a militia group that's in Iraq. I was reading another article in that was saying that's where this militia group is actually set up at, in which America funds several militia groups to in different countries to start coups, which coups are a rebellion to that overthrows the government. So we're starting to see these various political practices in war come to the forefront of news, which shows you the height of this, or the magnitude of this war in Israel. Okay, says the president has no longer priority, has no higher priority in the safety of the U.S. personnel, and he directed today's attack to make clear that the U.S. will defend itself, its personnel, and its interests. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said in a statement. A military official told reporter in a call that people were seen at the warehouse during the day as the U.S. Military watched the site for hours, but the number decreased to about a couple overnight when these strikes occurred. The official said the strike triggered secondary explosions indicating the presence of weapons, but the U.S. believes that no civilians were killed and any people at the warehouse were tied to the Revolutionary Group Guard or militia group. So what happened here is a warehouse that stored the weaponry of various militia groups was struck by the U.S. And this particular warehouse was used by the Revolutionary Guard that staged in Iraq. Now, what's going on in Iraq is there's been several attacks going on U.S. Bases. You got to think that Iraq was toppled in the early 2000s when Saddam Hussein was executed publicly, I might add, by the United States. Okay, and again, coups were set up to topple that government. Okay, so America has made a substantial amount of enemies, and these enemies just has to be Ishmaelites, and this is prophecy. Okay, he's going to be it's prophesied that the Ishmaelites will be a wild man, and they will play a key part in the latter days. Okay, Now this is Genesis 16 and 11. This is I want to say the Most High speaking to either Sarah or I believe Hagar. It says, and the angel of Yahweh said unto her, Behold, thou art with child and shall bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because Yahweh hath heard thy affliction. And he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. I'm going to read this NLT, verse 12. This son of yours will be a wild man, as untamed as a wild donkey. He will rise his fist, he will raise his fist against everyone, and everyone will be against him. Yes, he will live in open hostility against all his relatives. We see this going on now. He's living Ishmael or the Arabs. They're living in hostility towards everyone. Some is provoked, some is because of various uh war expeditions that he has taken on. But it's clear that this guy has adversity towards the whole world, like literally. Okay, what this is prophesied. Okay, and these guys are going to be a huge player, a key component in the end times, which we are seeing. Now, this is Second Ezra 15:30. Also, the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the lands of the Assyrians. And there's war in this area. If you look in Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, it's going to the end times, and this is precisely what's going on. War is raging. And if you look up Carmania, just for edification, look this up. Carmania, it says Carmania is a historical region that approximately corresponds to the current province of Kerman, Iran. Okay, this is the area that we see going on. The Persians, the Arabs, those people. Okay, which those two are separate. The Carmenians are separate. I believe uh, the Iranians are Syrians. Um, but then you have them, in league with who? With the Ishmaelites, the Arabs. And what we see going on, well, fighting and things of that nature is going on in this region. Okay, so just wanted to give a quick update of what's going on in the U.S. With the U.S. to say in its war endeavors. It's escalating, and we have to see what happens next. So we know prophecies popping off the pages. Shalom.